Hey Pat,
Hi, John. How are you?
Merry Christmas to you.
Christmas is over. We're on to New Year's.
This is our, we're having some technical difficulties here. We usually do. This is our last Licata Live of 2021.
Yes, it is.
But did Santa Claus take care of you?
Santa Claus was very good to me. How about to you?
Well, I'm Santa Claus, so I know that Santa Claus was good to you, even though you've been naughty more than you've been
I
nice.
have not been.
Oh my God, Pat, you were tough on me all year.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe just a little.
I'll bet. You know what my New Year's resolution is for you?
No.
That you're going to be more tidy, that you might run the vacuum every now and then, because I do that.
No.
Make the bed a little bit occasionally.
I make the bed. I
Rarely.
made the bed this morning.
I said once in a blue moon.
Well, that's because you make it before I have a chance.
Because I'm right and tidy.
Oh my God. Don't
Last
listen
person
to
on the
him.
bed should make the bed. And you're the last one out all the
Oh
time.
my God.
Anyway,
Uh,
this is Licata Live, and those who know about the Licata Group team, especially our team members, know that we do bicker a bit.
we do. We're the same at home as we are at work.
But we had a nice Christmas.
We had a
With
great
our
Christmas.
granddaughter, we had our granddaughter.
We had
For
our
a lot of it.
granddaughter with us for almost a week, and if you guys haven't gone to King's Dominion Winterfest, it is absolutely wonderful. So we did that. It was great. Um, and then we went to Massanutten
So
for a
was the
few days.
Gaylord was nice. The Gaylord up in
Yep, we
outside
took our
DC was
entire
nice.
team to the Gaylord, the more mid-December, and that was extremely nice as well. They have a lot of great things for kids there. And then we also went to Massanutten and spent a couple days there, and that was so much fun.
Snow's tough up there. When it's 70 degrees, it's tough to have
It is.
snow.
But my granddaughter's favorite thing, and I'm sure if you have little kids, that could be their favorite thing as well, is just grabbing some snow from the bottom of the slopes and throwing snowballs, which is free.
Or in this
So-
case, it was ice balls because
Yeah,
they make
we had
snow
some
up
ice
there.
balls, too. But it was fun. It was really nice.
And we found out that our granddaughter does not want to be in real estate.
Nope.
She wants to be a doctor. So
Yeah.
that's good. I'll have someone to take care of me in my old age. And you in your old age too.
Well, we might end.
And you're a little older than me, aren't you?
you? Oh my God, I'm not older than you. This is what I face on a daily basis, guys.
Well,
Well, let's go on and start with Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. We will have Licata Live going into next year, so
Yeah.
it'll be an interesting start to the year, I'm sure. I don't know who's doing Licata Live next week, but it's
I
not
don't
us.
remember.
Not us.
But Happy New Year, everyone. For sure.
Happy New Year, everyone. You know, one of the things that we were going to talk about in here, getting back to reality and stop with the BS, is people are talking a lot about inflation, and what does that mean to real estate? I look back 40 plus years and looked at inflation over that time. Now, we haven't had much inflation the last 10 or 12 years, but looked at inflation and looked at real estate increases, real estate appreciation. And historically, home ownership outperforms inflation. Real estate outperforms inflation in a big way. Now, in 2021, where across the nation, home values have appreciated 18% compared to 6% inflation, which is off the charts from what it's been. I mean, the differential so much. But just think of it this way. So, where we live, approximately the average home price is $350,000 a year. $350,000. It's actually a little bit more than that. But if homes just increased over the next 3 years 4%, which is the historical average around the country. Now, the last several years, it's exceeded that. But let's just go to the average, historical average across the country, 4%. So if we finish the year at 350,000 and it increases 4% next year, That brings it up to 364. And then 4% in 2023, it brings it up to 378 plus, thousand plus. If we bring it up to 2024, which is 3 years, it brings it up to 393,000 plus. That would be a $44,000 plus increase. And that's just average, historical average. That will far exceed
Inflation.
any inflation.
Well,
And
you know what, John? Just think about this. The very first home that we bought when we moved to Northern Virginia, I think we paid $103,000 for it. I mean, that was in
102.
okay, 102. Forgive me. What year was that?
That was 1985, 86, somewhere around
Okay,
there.
so 1985 or 86.
It was a townhouse by George Mason
That's right, in
University.
Fairfax. So what's that selling for now?
Oh, Pat, that townhouse.
I haven't looked, but I'm sure it's
Would
at least
be
in the threes.
at least in the threes.
At least in the
Probably
threes.
more because it's near George Mason and Robinson, which is a great school.
Yep.
Fairfax County has great schools.
So speaking of that, that is something that I wish someone had told me way back then is we should have kept that house as an investment.
Should have kept that house.
So to anyone out there who is younger, looking forward to getting into your first home, look at your first home as something that you're going to keep as a rental, as an investment property, so that you can build wealth that way. I think universally you can tell the richest people have something to do with real estate, and it's because they've built wealth through real estate. So look at your first house. It doesn't have to be your perfect home or your forever home. Just look at it as something that you can afford the payments for, that will be a good rental property when you're ready to move on to the next.
I mean, if you think about it this way, when you buy a house for $350,000, unless you're buying it cash, you're generally putting down, let's say, 20%, which would be
Probably less than
maybe
that.
even less. But say you put down 20%, so it's $70,000. Your appreciation is based on the high number. I mean, the bank owns most of the house, but the appreciation is based on the 350, not
And
the
you only have
75,000.
75 in it.
And the other beauty about real estate is, I think at the end of last week, the average mortgage across the country was 3.1%. If you fix that, if that's a fixed rate for 30 years, not that many people live in their house for 30
Right.
years, but it's stuck there at 30%, even though prices increases have gone up.
That's right. And rentals, if you were renting instead, your rent is going to go up.
Oh,
There is no question. Whereas if you have a fixed rate mortgage, that mortgage is, your mortgage payment's not going up.
yeah, if
Now
you're
your
in a
taxes
rental
and your
right now,
insurance may, but your mortgage interest and principal will not change.
yeah, and Pat, if you're in a rental right now, you're paying a lot more today for your rental than that if you buy a house and you maintain the house, that is going to be your best investment, and that
That's
is
exactly right.
best
That's proven.
investment. Yeah, I mean, so if you think about next year, you buy that house for whoever bought the house last year for 350,000, it increased 18%. That's a lot of wealth that was
Mhm.
absorbed that the owners gained. So, hey, real estate. People say, well, is it a good investment? When things are good, it's a good investment. When things aren't so good, it's a good investment.
That's right.
It's because it's different. If I buy IBM stock, I own a piece of paper. If I buy a house, it's a tangible asset. It's a
And you
tangible
enjoy
asset.
it. I mean, you live in it, you enjoy it.
Well, we all need a roof
Place
over
to
our
live,
head,
we
and we all
do.
need a roof over our head.
Yeah,
And that, thank goodness our politicians, not to get political, but it's sort of rigged for the homeowner in a way. It benefits the homeowner having home ownership here, the American dream. Um, so it'll always beat inflation. I mean, it's just I'm going back 40 years. As prices rise, as inflation goes, the homes appreciate, well above that. Um, it's just a timeless, profitable position to be in.
yes.
The other thing I wanted to mention is, what do you think about why is the water
People are able to work from home. I think that it will never be the same. Even when this Omicron variant or whatever variant comes along, I don't think that matters. I think a lot of companies have learned that their employees can work successfully from home, efficiently and successfully, and therefore those people want to be somewhere where, since they don't have to commute, that they can really enjoy life more, because not commuting, they have a lot more time on their hands.
Well, we had a real estate realtor meeting this morning with our team, and one of our agents who isn't feeling well um, chimed in remotely. I mean, she zoomed in. I mean, 4 years ago we wouldn't think of that.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So that brings us to, what do people need in order to be able to work from home? Number one, of course, is internet, and number two is space in their home to do it. So I would say that people are using flex spaces in their home. That's something that kind of has been the new buzzword, flex space, and that could be a spare bedroom that can be used also as an office or as a classroom. We're finding a lot more people have chosen to homeschool their kids, and so they need an area for a classroom. So I think we're seeing people are remodeling with that in mind and purchasing homes that afford that kind of flex space so that they can do what they need to do from home instead of spending time commuting or being concerned, about their kids at school with the coronavirus around.
Great point, Pat. Where we live, we own, you and I own property in Northern Virginia in Reston. We live here in Orange County in Central Virginia.
Mhm.
Um, and a lot of people are looking up in the DC area and other points, uh, looking for a second home or a place to stay and looking at water. And our team, we sell in Fawn Lake. There's some other small lake communities, Lake Louisa, number of smaller lake communities like Wilderness. There's also a very big lake at Lake Anna that we also service. And but we live in Lake of the Woods, and Lake of the Woods waterfront is doing far better than any place. Well, why is that? And what we believe is it has everything to do with the internet. There's consistent, you can count on it. It has internet connection, and it's not a satellite lineup of it. We have Comcast here. Same thing with cell service and whatnot. But um, that is now the first thing that people ask is, do you have reliable internet?
As a matter of fact, I got a call yesterday from someone who lives in southwestern Virginia, who I just checked my phone, and he's interested in coming tomorrow to look at Lake of the Woods for that very reason. He said that he can't get internet unless he uses his phone as a hotspot.
Yeah.
And he lives out in the middle of nowhere and is looking forward to internet. I mean, that's really important to him. But additionally, I would say, as far as Lake of the Woods is concerned, there are so many amenities that also, like, we get a lot of people from younger families that are moving into Lake of the Woods where either the husband works 4 days a week or now can work from home. And they want their kids to be able to grow up in a community like Lake of the Woods where they've got so many different opportunities for things to do.
Well, Pat, even when we were at Massanutten for a couple days, we love Massanutten.
They do.
We got married down that way, and we love going down to the Shenandoah Valley, going over the mountains and all. And when we tried to do some work at Massanutten, or even stay in contact with folks, it wasn't reliable. Is lots to do there,
Yeah.
but it in today's
Environment,
American
yeah.
environment where you're working virtual and you're working virtually all the time.
Sure, your
You don't
phone
have
is
that
your
connectivity.
computer and you need it. You need the Wi-Fi connection.
So anyway, it's going to be we've had a wonderful year
We had a great
in
year.
a lot of ways. I think almost was hard not to have a successful year in real estate. We work hard, but we had the team had
We do.
everyone had a great year. We certainly are happy about that. We're very optimistic about next year.
Yep,
About next year.
2022 is also going to be a great year. The threat, of course, continues to be low inventory, although a lot of the major, I can't think of the words, like when the National Association of Realtor Economists are, I can't think of the word, when they're
Projecting.
yes, thank you. When the economists are projecting, they are saying that they think that there's going to be a little bit of shakeout with inventory in 2022, which should propel some additional sales. So we assume from these projections that there will be more sales, not only in our area, but nationally. That is the trend that they're looking for. Although rates will go up just a little bit.
A little bit, not
Appreciably, not enough to, I don't believe, prevent anyone who.
Well,
was
first
in the
time home
market.
buyer might do, if someone is struggling a little bit and is right on the borderline, that half a point, if it went up a half a point, could sort of knock them out.
It could. But hopefully people aren't looking for a home that's gonna make them house poor if they're that close to being on the line. That's what makes me nervous. I never feel like someone should put themselves in a position where they're house poor. The mortgage company is not gonna pay your mortgage, so you have to be comfortable with the mortgage payment.
Anything else going on in the real estate world? Doing anything special for me for New Year's?
Our daughter gave us tickets.
Oh yeah, we're going up to the Kennedy.
We're going to the Kennedy Center on New Year's Day
see the Temptations.
to see the Temptations.
A play. No, we're not seeing the Temptations. Some of the Temptations aren't with us either. But
No,
there's a play at the our daughter Allie gave us a nice gift, and
she did.
we're going up.
We are.
I don't know if we'll find a place to eat up there. Everything's going to be probably closed on New Year's, don't you think?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Might have to cook for a change.
Well, that'll be a problem. Trust me.
Right. Well, no, Pat's a great cook. You know, her maiden name is Cook.
I
That's
can't.
it. I got gypped.
I-
I thought that meant something. It
He
really
says
didn't.
he thinks he got gypped. I thought I got gypped because both his brother and his father and his mother were all great cooks. So
Yeah, I have a much better personality than those people, so you got to break down. So, anyway,
Whatever.
at least I think so. Anyway, that's it for Licata Live today. We look
for
forward to
2021.
for 2021. We'll see you next year. I'll see you a little bit later, and I think that does it.
Yep, that does it.
Do you
Bye,
know how-
everyone.
Do you know how to turn that off?
No, I'll try to figure it out though.